Welcome in, everyone, to the Liacouras Center here on WHIP on YouTube. My name is Max Scherberg, joined by James Urban as we're kicking off the home schedule in 2024. As the Temple Owls coming off of a loss in conference play to South Florida, welcome in the 8-6 Wichita State Shockers for a matinee Sunday afternoon game. James, this is a lot of excitement now for this Temple team. Jaleel White was in warm-ups for this team pregame. As of now, we've been told he's not in the starting lineup, but he's still in full uniform, and at least he'll give it a go off the bench today.
It's going to be huge for Temple to have him back. He's missed 7 games so far this year, which is half of the season, played 14 games so far. And a player like him against the Wichita State team that is very aggressive on the boards, they're going to need Jaleel White out there very much today. So even though he's coming off the bench, I still expect him to log a very good amount of minutes.
As now the Temple Owls are taking the course, so tip-off is still coming in a matter of 8 minutes. I want to give you guys a little pregame before we tip things off between the Shockers and the Owls. James, we're at a point now where every game definitely matters now. Yep. Not conference play. Obviously, that can be the case, but now when you get into conference play, especially when you're in Temple's position where the only way you can dance in March is to win the conference,
yep.
Every game matters. And they had a good performance against South Florida. They were very competitive against the South Florida Bulls in Tampa, but with a lot of mistakes in the last 5 minutes of that game, they begin the season 0-1 in conference play.
Yeah, I think it's going to be huge for Temple to get out to a lead early and hold it. They had an 8-point lead in the first half against South Florida, and then they were down 4 by halftime. And then ever since that point, after half, they're scrambling, trying to get back into the game, which they did. It was just too little, too late. Jordan Riley had an amazing game. Aside from the free throw line, shot 2 for 6 from the line against South Florida. Mm-hmm. But I think if Temple can get out early, I think having that South Florida game under their belt, they should be able to hold a lead. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it will be interesting. On the other hand, Wichita State also comes in this game 0-1 in conference play. They just lost as well a couple days ago to North Texas. That was a 12-point loss at home. But before that, they played Kansas State on the road and neutral site game against Kansas for this 3-game losing streak that they're on. So you have 2 teams coming in that are on streaks, trying to not just get the first conference win, but really get their season back on track.
That's one thing I'll give Wichita State is they are a little bit more battle-tested thus far early in the season, just the second game into conference play. So that's one thing that I will give them over Temple today. But you look at the percentages, both these teams, as we talked about before going on Air Max, they're pretty low in the American in scoring wise. Scoring, Temple's 10th in points per game, and Wichita State is 9th. And 3-point percentage, they're both shooting 30.
For the free throw.
And free throw, Wichita State is 4% lower, 72 to 68 for Wichita. So both these teams it's gonna be a struggle to get points. So Wichita, they're definitely gonna be going onto the boards, trying to get easier buckets early on. That's what I expect.
This is a big game, as we said, for Temple. They're kicking off a kind of a mini homestand this week. They'll also play East Carolina, which I'll be on the call for this Wednesday. And this is a kind of a must-win for Wichita State, I think. I know it's early, but they have to play Memphis and then FAU their next 2 games after this. So with a loss today, could wind up being 0-4 in conference play. It seems like a mini must-win. I think the Shockers are going to play a little bit more desperate in them than the Owls will.
Yeah, and the fact that they've played Kansas State, Kansas, top-notch programs, and top 25 teams, Kansas fighting for that number 1 team in the country, they're going to be right there the entire season. So the fact that Wichita has played a caliber of a team like that, with a roster, Hunter Dickinson, DeJuan Harris, they've seen players that are top-level college basketball players, so that's why I think it's huge that Jaleel White is back today, because he's one of Temple's most talented guys, and they really needed him back for this game, and I'm sure they're glad that they have him.
As we head in now, it's our first men's broadcast of 2024, James. What Temple player to you needs to kind of take that next step as we head into this conference schedule now?
I said at the start of the season that Temple hasn't had a guy that could score with the length like Steve Settle. They haven't really had a 6'8", 6'9" guy that could also get out to the 3-point line and shoot very well. I think he could be used against Wichita State very effectively today. if Coach Fisher puts him in the right spots.
That is right. The horn is sounded, which means we're going to get our starting lineups in a second. We'll tell you them before they're announced. Wichita State has Xavier Bell, a Drexel transfer at guard, as well as Colby Rogers, a dynamic backcourt that has kind of the majority of their scoring. Bell averaging around 13 a game, Rogers 16. Then you have Harlan Beverly, and then you have their two big guys who are pretty dynamic on the rebounding side. Dalen Ridgenall averaging around 7 boards, and also Quincy Bowler averaging around 7 boards. Temple with their same exact lineup from their first conference matchup against South Florida. Miller, Riley, Dezzoni in the backcourt, Settle, and Hoffman are the forward. What are your thoughts on those lineups, James?
Well, it's clear that Dezzoni now is in the starting lineup. He was in the starting lineup against South Florida last game. I thought he logged some pretty solid minutes. He gave the team some positive stuff, but he did get overzealous sometimes. He had 4 turnovers against South Florida. Sometimes he's just trying to do too much. I could recall a few times in transition where it seemed like he might have had a lane, but the best really decision would just be to pull it out and get that extra possession and really take care of the basketball, especially when you have that 8-point lead that Temple did in the first half. So Shane Dezzoni is somebody that I'm looking out. I assume he'll be the first one to be subbed out for Jaleel White.
Yeah.
That's my guess today. But I look for him to cut back on the turnovers because he's a solid player if he cuts back on those.
Yeah, Dezzoni made a couple of big shots late in that game.
Yeah.
Which really put them in there. I mean, he's one of their guys who can really nail threes pretty consistently. Because, Matteo Piccarelli's now out of this starting lineup for this team. So you feel like out of their starting lineup, honestly, Dezzoni might be their best 3-point threat. I know Miller takes a lot of threes, but he's not a great 3-point shooter.
0 for 8 last game. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a big game for the Temple Owls. Trying to get on the board. I'm not sure. Again, also a loss for Temple. Not just will they be 0-2 in conference play, but they would drop to below 500 overall. Yeah. Which I'm not sure they've been at all season long.
After a 6-2, 7-2 start to the season, something around there. Definitely huge for Temple to be back at home. I really think that is going to be key because they've proven that they can score points here in their own building. We saw that LaSalle game. They were able to put up 104 points, something around there. I think that's going to be huge because it's really evident at times that this offense can be stagnant. And especially without Jaleel White. And a lot of it is being relied on Hyseer Miller to make shots. And if he's going 0 for 8 from 3, then you're going to find yourself scoring 25 points and a half, which isn't going to win you games in conference play unless you're playing very, very superior lockdown defense, which sometimes this team doesn't do.
Yeah. And again, also, this is one of their bigger teams. Again, the center, we talked about this already. This is a big team that they are facing today. Their center, Quincy Ballard, he's 6'11", and Temple does have Steve Settle to throw at him, but that'll be, again, I think the rebounding, if Wichita State completely dominates the glass, I'm not sure Temple can find a way to win this game.
Yeah.
That could be the difference in the game. Free throw shooting, of course, because both teams really struggle at that, but also I think free throw shooting and rebounding can be the two things that separate these two teams today.
Yeah, it sometimes might just come down to the little things like that, rebounding, who gets the loose balls, who gets the 50-50s. But when you look at the numbers, it's pretty neck and neck, and the odds going into today, it's Temple at a +1 underdog. So it's going into this one, Temple is really neck and neck with Wichita. I just give the lean to Wichita and who they've played, because they, of course, have played Kansas State in a team like Kansas.
As the announcements of the lineups have just been made, and we're about ready for tip-off once these lights turn on. The Temple Owls are going to be wearing white-on-white uniforms this afternoon, while Wichita State is wearing black-on-black with some yellow numbers representing the yellow Shockers here. Wichita State has been a premier program in college basketball for the last how many years, but this could be a win that could propel either team into AAC play. Again, as I just mentioned, I just looked it up as you were talking, James. Temple has never been under 500 record-wise this season. So to avoid that, they need to get on the board, not just with a win, but in conference play.
And I think they're happy to have a chance to be back at home to get back above 500. But I am looking at a stat right now. Wichita State, 3 wins in a row against Temple. So that Wichita State has had Temple's number. And I can recall last year when Wichita came into Liacouras and they really blew Temple out of the water, kind of deflating their entire season. That was later in conference play. So now here's a chance in the second game of conference play to Temple bounce back.
And these teams will also meet one more time back at Wichita State on February 25th. So the first of two matchups to the two teams. If you're watching on YouTube, like the video. That will help. We're about ready for tip-off. Steve Settle will tip things off. Temple will be coming down left to right. Wichita State right to left. And the Shockers win the tip as Xavier Bell has the ball at the top of the key, defended by Shane Dezzoni. Bell dribbles down the right side, now kicks to the corner for Kobe Rogers. The Shockers' leading scorer, he's guarded by Jordan Riley. Rogers, the mid-range left jump shot is short, and the rebound is taken by Hoffman. And now Temple bring it back for their first offensive possession, coming down left to right. 30 seconds into this one from the Liacouras Center in North Philadelphia. Hoffman in the block, hands it off to Miller. Miller tied with a mismatch. Miller driving in, needs help, kicks it to the corner. And now back, step back. Three for Riley is no good. Rebound is tipped in the air by Hoffman, but it'll be Wichita State ball. It looked like, James, Riley had a layup. It said he took a step back three.
Yeah, Riley had that initial jab step, and he got his defender moving. It seemed like a lane was open for the left side of the rim, but he ultimately took that step back and came up short.
Now the Shockers have their second possession. Beverly, number 20, driving on the left side. Beverly, the left-hand layup is good. Harold Beverly, the 6'5", redshirt junior from Detroit, Michigan, has the first bucket of the game. 1 minute in, it's 2-0 Wichita State.
And one thing beautiful about that bucket is he was able to use his body to get by the defender.
The open corner three for Hasir Miller is no good, but Dezzoni takes it back. It was thrown away, and now Dezzoni gets it back for Temple. Thrown away by Ballard, and now Dezzoni double dribbles, waiting for his 4 Owls teammates to come back. So some good effort by Shane, but still the double dribble costly.
And that's one thing that I talked about in the pregame is sometimes Shane gets a little ahead of himself. 4 turnovers against South Florida, and there's one right there.
Here's Xavier Bell, one-on-one with Shane Dezzoni. Top of the key is Ballard. Dribble handoff with Rogers. Rogers on the right side gets trapped by Hoffman, then Hoffman drops out, one-on-one with Riley. Now the top is going to be Beverly. Beverly again, his shot is no good, but there's a foul on Temple. And it is going to be Harold Beverly again. Beverly came into this game averaging 9.5 points per game, and he already has the first 2, and he'll shoot 2 coming up for the Shockers, with 18:23 remaining in the opening half.
One thing I noticed early, on that possession at least, Sam Hoffman is on the big guy.
That's right. They're having him trap Rogers every time there is a screen. Rogers at the line connecting on the first. Sorry, Beverly. He's a 71% free throw shooter. We already talked about this earlier, but the Shockers, 68% as a team, which ranks dead last in the American Athletic Conference. But Beverly says, screw that. He'll make both. And he has the first 4 for the Shockers. 4-0. 18:20 remaining in half number 1. Temple looking to get on the board. They're 0 for their first 2. Miller, left side driving. Miller, good take. Kicks in the corner. Hoffman, good ball movement to get it to a Riley 3. Riley way off. Offensive rebound by Miller. Kicks it back out. Dezzoni's left open for 3. He connects. Shane Dezzoni connects on the 3. And Temple's effort has been there so far.
And that was a great possession, even though Jordan Riley had the initial miss. That was great ball movement, then eventually led to a wide open Shane Dezzoni.
Beverly throws it away to Riley, and as Riley was trying to give it up for Dezzoni, there's a fancy reverse jam that does not count. There's a foul on Wichita State. So Temple seems to be on the floor going after the loose balls. Good start on an effort level for the Owls.
Yeah, for sure. And I've seen them come out and hedge very aggressively on the screens, and they got the steal right there. So if they can keep doing that and put Wichita State in tough spots on offense, they could be looking really good.
Wichita State's up 4-3 with 17:45 remaining. Temple has the ball. Miller kicks it out. Settle. Top of the key 3 is no good. Rebound brought in by Ballard. So Temple is shooting already. That's their 5th 3 attempt. All 5 of their shots from beyond the arc. Ballard, after getting that rebound, goes down the court and gets a nice left-hand hook shot to give Wichita State a 3-point lead. As Temple comes back down the other way. Again, 5 shots for the Owls, all from 3. Wichita State's, all their shots have been inside the 3-point line. Settle at the corner. Spinorama, layup, no good. Offensive rebound by Dezzoni. He kicks it out. Top of the corner 3 for Hoffman's no good. Another offensive rebound. It's Settle, and he slams it. Steve Settle gets Temple's 3rd offensive rebound, and he slams it for 2.
So Coach Fisher, when he got hired, said this team is going to shoot a lot of threes. And off the miss there, opens up a wide open lane for Steve Settle. A solid possession there for Temple.
Xavier Bell, dribble handoff. Here comes, once again, Beverly. Top of the key now is Bell. Bell drives down the left side. Bell, the left-hand layup is way off. Good defense by Miller, excuse me. Temple down by 1, looking for their first lead of the game. It's Miller, left side. Hoffman, catch and shoot is good. No hesitation from the Owls today. Hoffman drills a 3, and Temple has their first lead of the game with 8-6 Owls with 16:25 to play in the first half.
And that's huge that Hoffman can open up the floor and knock one down, because that needs to open up the lane. It's clear that they're going to shoot a lot of threes, but eventually the lane has to open up.
No one guarding the big 6'11" Ballard, and he gets an easy lay-in to tie things up at 8.
That's going to be the trouble on defense for Temple, is they don't really have a guy that can guard Ballard.
So it is 8 apiece. Temple trying to get that lead right back. Riley driving down the right side. Riley, tough layup, is rejected violently by Ballard.
Into the 5th row.
And that will take us to our first media timeout of this one. We are all squared up at 8 at the Liacouras Center. Welcome back, everyone. We are tied up at 8 apiece from the Liacouras Center. I'm Max Edberg, joined by James Urban on YouTube. 15:56 remaining. We're all tied up at 8. And Temple will already bring in some subs. Jaleel White and Matteo Picarelli are off the bench already for Temple early. But right now, it's just a matter of Wichita State's just shooting all 2s. Temple really shooting all 3s here so far.
Yeah, and now that Picarelli is back into the game, he came off the bench against South Florida and knocked down 2 threes pretty much a minute, 2 minutes into his first shift off the bench. So I'm curious to see if he's gonna fire them right off the bat, and I expect them to, now that they already shot 7 threes. But they got to figure out how to guard the big man on the other side.
Now we also have some subs for Wichita State. Ronnie DeGray is in the game, number 3, as well as Kenny Pahodo, who came in averaging 11 and 7 for them.
Yeah, Ballard out now.
So now Pahodo comes in at center. So Miller were inbounded below his own basket. Temple coming down again left to right. Picarelli off the inbounds gets the wide open jump shot. Cannot connect on it.
Hey, he's out there to shoot. So you don't have a problem with that when he comes into the game.
Beverly pick and roll. Up top, wide open was Bell for 3. Tends to drive in for the floater. It's good over the tall 6'11" Steve Settle.
That's just a really tough move. Spin move into the floater going over Settle. It's a really, really tough finish.
Jaleel White's first touch. He's been out the last couple of games. He is back for Temple. Corner is Settle now. Settle on the right corner, drives in. Settle is looked to be fouled. No call. 5-on-4 for the Shockers. It is Beverly driving in, kicks it out. It's a Rogers 3. Yes. Colby Rogers, the leading scorer, gets his first bucket, and out of the timeout, a quick 5-0 spurt for the Shockers. As Temple looking to regain control here. White just chucking up a 3, and he misses it. Rebound by Beverly. Temple needing to settle things down quickly. Could get a hand in a hurry. Beverly screen and roll with Bahodo. Top of the keys, another open 3. Bell. No good. Temple got lucky there.
Well, you want a better possession than that last one. Jaleel White shooting a 3 at the beginning with 25 seconds left on the shot clock isn't exactly what you want as an offense.
It is not. Miller, guarded by Beverly, taller player. Settle, now in the corner, is going to be Settle there. White, the tough shot is no good. He airballed it. Good board by Rogers, and Hoffman's on the ground. But they're going to say when Hoffman touched the ball, he was out of bounds. So Wichita State ball. It's a 13-8 Shocker lead. We have 14:30 to play in the half.
One thing about Sam Hoffman is he's going to give you 100% effort every single play on the court. You got to respect him just always getting down and dirty.
So in his return, Jaleel White is 0 for his first 2, including before that timeout, 7-0 run for the Shockers.
Turnover.
And in the game is a turnover. Settle going at it with a Shocker player. Now, it is interesting. It looks like that's a number 33, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it 55 or 33?
I cannot tell.
55.
It is, sorry, 55. So that is Bijan Cortez, the transfer from Oklahoma. He's into the game for the first time. Cortez, one of the more reliable bench players for the Shockers. Miller, Piccarelli. Top left key now is Miller. Gets a screen from Hoffman, switch on. Miller turns it over. It's taken away by DeGray the third. DeGray in the third on a 2-on-1. The layup's no good. DeGray gets the own rebound and scores. So Cortez can't finish, but DeGray finishes. It's a 9-0 Shocker lead. A run here to make it a 7-point Shocker lead.
Wichita State getting the easy buckets and Temple not. It's just going to come down to if Temple can make the shots.
Miller, switch up with DeGray. It's a big mismatch. DeGray is 6'6". Miller trying to drive in. Can't. Corner. Thinking about it is now White. He'll go for the layup, and he missed it again. So White cannot get going here in his return. Beverly driving in on Piccarelli, and it's a good layup, and Temple is getting gashed bad now. 11-0 run for Wichita State. 17-8 Shockers. 7 minutes into this one. And Temple needs a bucket as quickly as possible. Settle against DeGray. Settle drives, kicking it to White. White gets Miller on the left side. Miller takes a pull-up 3 and misses. Temple's now missed their last 6 from the field as Rogers up the court. Rogers kicks it to Beverly. On the right corner now is Cortez. Back out to the top. It's a 3. It's a well-off one there for Beverly. And finally a miss for the Shockers.
A lot of driving kicks right now for Temple on offense.
No defense for Wichita. Hoffman walks into a 3 and does not even hit the rim. He was wide open. And Hoffman cannot connect. Sorry, James.
Makes that 2 for 10 from 3 right now for Temple. Got to shoot more efficient than that.
Tough shot. Rogers, step back on Piccarelli, no good. Settle, got shoved. There's no call. Temple brings it back the other way. Miller, driving, goes around behind the bucket. Miller kicks it to Hoffman. Top of the key, Piccarelli. Now Settle on the right side. Settle drives and loses it. But they're going to say Cortez fouled Settle before that happened. So finally a stoppage. As, by the way, also Jordan Riley's going to check back in for Temple. We'll see who he comes in for Piccarelli.
Defense, he needs to be out. It's especially in transition, being able to get back and stop the ball. And in the half-court set, Wichita State is trying to get to the basket or just go over the top of each defender. That puts Piccarelli at a disadvantage.
Temple trails by 9 with 12:20 to play in this half. Jordan Riley back in the game. Here's Miller. Mismatch with DeGray again. Miller will take the 3 over DeGray, and it's good. So Hasir Miller is on the board. His first bucket of the game comes 8 minutes in.
Well, now he's finally off the schneid.
Called it a 2. Sorry, correction. A 2 for Miller.
2. It looked like his foot was maybe on the line.
Bell, mismatch with Settle at the top. Bell driving in, spins. Pump fake. Settle doesn't bite. Settle almost rips it away from him, and he does. On the ground, Hoffman has it. Temple will push. Miller. He's getting double teamed. Now he backs it out. Hoffman almost throws it away. Miller saves him. Now Miller controls on the left, top of the key. Temple down by 7. Miller driving in. Miller kicks in the corner for White. White back at the top is Miller. Now in the left corner is Settle. Settle posting up. Fajodo back to the top. 8 to shoot on the shot clock. Miller drives in. Left-hand layup. He missed it. It was a wide-open layup for Miller, and he missed it. Back comes Bell the other way. Bell on a 5-on-4. Left corner. 3 for Rogers is no good. Fajodo tips it out, but it's gone by Riley. Here comes Riley against Cortez. Riley, the left-hand finish is no good. And now Temple's missed back-to-back layups.
Gotta be finishes there for Temple if they want to stay in this game. Those are 2 point-blank left-handed layups.
Temple won for their last 10, trail by 7 with 10:55 remaining. We'll get a TV timeout at the next stoppage. Rogers is not fouled. It's a jump ball. Possession arrow is towards Wichita State. We'll take a break. Wichita State leads by 7. And we're back in the Liacouras Center. This has been a fast-paced mess of a game here so far. I'm Max Schneeberg, joined by James Urban. WHIP's on YouTube. Wichita State leading 17-10 in a game where Temple has just looked so sloppy. 3 turnovers. They're 2 of 10 from 3. They're just feels like they're just chucking up shots here at the moment.
It's when there's nothing there. It's kind of like, oh, all right, let's just shoot it now, which definitely shouldn't be the approach. On offense whatsoever. They got to get in the lane and kind of get this game slow down. They got to get to the free throw line is what Temple has to do. Wichita State is clearly just trying to get out ahead in transition, finish over the top, and kind of use their athleticism as a big advantage. And Temple, they got to get it inside. Somebody's got to post up. Jaleel White can post somebody up. He's back in the lineup. He's tall. He's strong. Get him down low. Somebody get to the free throw line. Slow this game down and ease your way back in. You're not going to score 7 points in one possession. Everybody knows that. So Temple, they just got to figure it out and calm down.
Temple going with a very short bench today. 3 of the players who started have played all 9 minutes.
Quante Berry now in.
Now Quante Berry. Quante Berry now checks in. He's the 3rd owl off the bench for the Owls. Wichita State has the ball 15 on the shot clock. Up 7. As Bell gets it on the inbounds, and he is fouled instantly by Jordan Riley. That's Riley's first foul. 2nd team foul for Temple. We've had no stoppages, really. Each team only has 2 fouls.
Yeah, no fouls whatsoever.
Just 9 minutes in. So the lineups are Bell, DeGray, Fajodo, Beverly, and Cortez for the Shockers. Wichita State going left to right. Top of the key is DeGray. Hands it off to the lefty Bell. Bell, top of the key, dribbles to the left. Bell driving on White. The left-hand floater is good again by Xavier Bell, the transfer from Drexel.
I mean, just nobody in his face, nobody pressuring the ball. It's just an easy floater. He's already made one of those. He's already shown you that he likes that lefty floater. Got to be there.
19-10 Temple. It's Wichita. Sorry. Hasir Miller, by the way, not in this game for the first time today. Quante Berry's in the game for him. He has the ball on the left side. Hoffman posting up Beverly. He gets getting doubled instantly. Hoffman tried to dribble out of it. He carried it, but they didn't call a foul or a call. Settle, spins. There's 3 on the shot clock. Settle, drives. What an effort by Steve Settle, who had nothing on the shot clock but gets the finish.
See, he's somebody that right now is in the mix of pretty much...
And a offensive foul as DeGray drives on Jaleel White.
Settle's been in the mix and getting the most looks on offense right now, so maybe you just stick with that. If it's working, he's got a few turnovers right now, I think. No, just one, but he's getting the looks that...
2 steals for Steve.
2 steals as well, but he's getting the looks that nobody else is getting on the offense, so keep going to him.
So it is 19-12 Wichita State. They lead by 7 with 9:50 remaining in this first half. Temple still no points off the 5 shocker turnover so far. That needs to change soon. Hoffman, dribble handoff of Quante Berry. Berry stuck in the right corner, dribbles out of it to the White. White, one-on-one with... And oh, wow. White got rejected heavily by Ballard. 2-on-1. It's Beverly driving in with the left hand. He's rejected by Berry. Berry now leads a 1-on-3 attack. Kicks it. Settle, traveled. There's no call. And then Settle is fouled by Beverly, so it's a foul on him. But man, Settle got away with a walk right there.
Yeah, I think both of these teams need to find their pacing a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, especially there on that possession. Settle.
Look at this stuff, James. Emmanuel
Akpomo in the game. How about Akpomo?
So clearly Temple needs size.
Yep.
And Akpomo is the tallest player on the roster for Temple at 6'10".
Clearly Fisher can see we need somebody down low that can possibly post up.
So inbounding for Temple is Berry. Into the top right key to Steve Settle. Settle guarded by Rogers. He picked up his dribble for no reason. White now 15 on the shot clock. White, right corner is Riley. Riley tries to... Wichita State's all over the Owls. Riley just throws it away. Rogers one-on-one with Settle. Rogers missed the layup. White contests with a White trying to save it.
Oh, jeez.
Throws it right to Rogers. Bell on the right corner. Bell driving it on Berry. Good defense by Quante. Rogers, very top of the key. 20 to shoot. Rogers dribbling in. Taken away by Berry. Berry 2-on-1 to Riley. Riley lost the ball. Back to Berry. Berry's fouled. And he will shoot 2. Our first free throws for Temple today. What a wild game. Where I feel like I can't catch my breath so far, James.
It seems like nobody can even get a firm grasp of the basketball right now, Max. It's like nobody. It seems like nobody on both ends can even dribble. It's wild, but
yeah, there's something on the ball. Everyone's losing the ball.
I think so. Maybe Vaseline.
Maybe.
But yeah, Quante Berry, the Temple's finally at the line.
And Quante
huge to knock these down.
Berry around 71%.
Yeah.
Shane Dezzoni and Hasir Miller are back in. Jaleel White and I believe Jordan Riley are heading off to the bench.
And Max, I don't know about you, but I think it's pretty clear that Jaleel White's easing his way back in college basketball right now. He's definitely out of the loop a little bit.
Berry split, so the Temple issues continue. 19-13. Oh, wow. Behind the back crossover by Bell. He throws up a tough shot against Akpomo, and it goes. Xavier Bell now leading all scorers of 6.
And that was great defense. That was straight up by Temple, just a better finish.
Akpomo handing it off to Berry. Berry on the left top. Berry now Settle. 15 to shoot for Temple. Settle, mid-range jump shot, fakes it, Berry. Good ball movement. Dezzoni 3 is no good, but great look. Probably the best possession all day for Temple.
Shooting with confidence is Dezzoni. Got to keep those up.
Cortez, no one picks him up. He pulls up for 3, misses it. Good tip by Miller, but again, Temple trying to save it from out of bounds, just throws it right back to the Shockers. Rogers, under 8 to play. Rogers, the jump shot is good. No. It did everything to go in.
Every single inch of the rim.
The Shockers lead by 8 with 7:45 to play in this first half.
Huge minutes for Temple.
Fake the 3, drives in. He lost it to Kobe Rogers. And then Akpomo took it from him. Rogers got taken away by Akpomo. Settle fakes a 3 and drives. And it goes in the foul. Steve settled the third with the and 1.
Media timeout.
Will take us to our next media timeout. We definitely have action. That's one thing to say. Shockers lead by 6. Welcome back, everyone, to the Liacouras Center. I entered our break by saying there's been action. There has. I'm not sure it's good action, but it's action because right now it's a 6-point lead for the Shockers with 7:30 to play in this first half, but we have a combined 13 turnovers, but only 10 total combined points off those 13 turnovers. So they're forcing turnovers, both teams, but no one's taking advantage of these miscues by both teams.
It just comes down to Wichita State is getting much cleaner, more open looks, especially in the lane. Wichita's only taking 5 threes. Temple's taking 11. But who's led the way this entire first half so far is Bell for Wichita State. He's getting into the lane, either getting other people open or just finding an easy floater for himself. But now Steve Settle,
yes,
he's been the guy for Temple that's gotten the most looks, the highest quality of looks. Now he's at the free throw line for a 3-point play. Quante Berry, he split his 2 free throws. Temple needs to get these free points to keep themselves in this game. They can't be down any more than 6 or 7 points at half. So knocking this one down to getting it to 5 will be big.
So Steve Settle leads all Temple scorers of 6. He can lead all scorers in general with the make of a free throw. It'll be Settle on the floor with Akpomo, Dezzoni, Riley, and Miller wearing white on white coming down left to right. Free throw is for Settle, and he misses it. So Temple's 1 for 3 from the line.
Don't want to be short on free throws. You got to at least give it a chance.
Bell, Rogers, Rignall, Ballard, and Cortez are the Shocker players wearing black with yellow numbers.
Good steal.
Cortez throws it away, and a big dunk for Jordan Riley. And Temple cuts it down to 4.
That's one thing Jordan Riley did a lot of against South Florida is show his verticality.
Cortez trying to lob it to Ballard. Ballard throws it up and good. Yeah, there's no answers for Quincy Ballard, who now has 6 points for the Shockers.
That's positioning right there. He got behind Akpomo for the lob, and after that, you might as well just give up the bucket because you're going to give up an and one if you try and guard it.
Miller gets a screen up top from Akpomo. Miller, layup. He botched another wide open layup. It's a right-hand layup, but he chose to go left-handed. Bell, one-on-one with Dezzoni the other way. Bell throws it out to Cortez. We have 20 on the shot clock and 6:30 remaining. Cortez drives, left-hand layup, no good. Good board by Akpomo. Temple back the other way. Riley to Miller. Miller drives. Miller, yeah, he might want to not do the layup. Dezzoni 3, no good.
It's a good look.
Rebound. Gotten by the Shockers. One-on-one the other way. Bell and Riley. Riley just dumps Bell.
Just looked like they got their feet tripped up right there, but a foul nonetheless.
Though, that is number 2 on Jordan Riley. There's only been 3 team fouls for Temple. 2 of them are Riley's. Now Picarelli and White are coming back in for Temple, and Hoffman. White, Dezzoni, and Akpomo are coming out.
Yep. And you like those looks out of Dezzoni, though. That's a drive kick from Hyseer Miller out to an open shooter.
Yeah, Temple right now, James, 2 for 12 from 3.
They're not shooting well, but that's a high-quality three-point shot. So you got to keep shooting them if it's your philosophy.
6-point deficit, though, is only what it is. Rogers wide open from the inbounds play. 4-3, no good. Rebound by Sam Hoffman, who is now tied for Temple with 3 boards, leading the way. No one guarding Settle, and then Picarelli's open in the corner, and he airballed a wide open 3. This is a rough shooting performance for the Owls.
He's cold. He's on the bench. He's not used to coming off the bench like this. So when you're on the bench for that long, you don't come on the court hot.
Bell driving in, one-on-one with Miller, kicks it out. Open 3 for Ridgenall, no good. Offensive rebound was given to Ballard, but taken away by Miller. Pull-up 3 for Picarelli's good.
There he is.
He steams himself very quickly, James.
I'm saying, if it's your philosophy to shoot the 3, you can't stop shooting 3s.
And it sounds like Temple's struggling, but they're only down by 3. Beverly drives in, spin, fouled. That is a gift, I'll say. I'll say, James, because he spun away from the defender. I don't know how there's a way that the player who fouled for Temple could even reach him off the spin move.
Away from the player and the basket. I learned at a really young age playing basketball. It's going to be unlikely you're going to get a foul call when you're going away from the basket. I was surprised to see a call right there.
Beverly has made the only 2 attempted free throws for which he's not even close on the first one. As another sub, Kenny Pahoto now checking in for Ballard. This could be a big help for Temple. Ballard has dominated 6 points for him and 2 blocks.
I mean, a 3-point game is a gift right now for Temple.
Temple, I mean, here's the truth. None of these teams are playing quality basketball.
2 misses.
Now, after making 2, he misses 2. And you're seeing the good things for both these teams and why these teams are not winning games a lot at the moment.
Well, now, Jaleel White back in the court.
Yeah, see what he does.
He's got to give us something.
White has the ball, pick and roll with Hoffman. I don't know what he's waiting for. He now gets a screen. His fadeaway jump shot's no good. Hoffman tipped it to him, but he was on the ground when he tipped it to him. So now here comes Wichita State, led by Beverly. He has 3 assists, 2 to go along of 6 points. Taking on Picarelli. Beverly on Picarelli. No good. Good defense by Mateo. Offensive rebound. No, Hoffman saves it. Well, he threw it again off a Shocker player, but Settle gets his 3rd steal of the game. Settle to Miller. Right key is Hoffman. Screen roll with Picarelli. Very top of the key is Miller. Left corner 3 for White. No good. Oh, it is good. It took forever for that ball to get off the rim and it went in. And we are tied up at 23. And Jaleel White is on the board. That was weird.
So now Temple winning the no Ballard minutes. No Ballard on the court for Wichita. It's huge.
Bell almost threw it away. Wichita State is now struggling on offense mightily.
Really sloppy.
As back up top is Pahoto, handing it off to Rogers. It's an offensive foul.
Yep, he was moving.
Kenny Pahoto. And with 4:11 left, Temple has snatched the momentum in this game with just 2 threes. Jaleel White, look at this ball. I mean, as you can't see at home, but it flipped so high in the air, I just assumed he missed it. It went from all the way above near the shot clock to going right back in.
Yeah.
You're not going to see a weirder 3-point make maybe in your life than you just saw there at Jaleel White. Miller. Temple looking to get the lead out of nowhere now. Picarelli drives, kicks it. White in the corner. White drives in. He had a layup. Kicks it, though. Miller 3. Yes!
It's a beautiful look. That's beautiful offense.
Hyseer Miller now connects on a 3. And Temple leads by 3.
Great ball movement. Swinging around to the corner. They give you baseline. Go baseline. He draws another guy. A wide open Hyseer Miller.
Pahoto.
Straight up.
No good. The tip is good. And that is Ridgenall And now it's 26-25 Temple with 3:30 left in the first half. Miller drives, kicks it. White, slam dunk for White.
It's the same thing.
Miller and White, you can see the chemistry.
You can see the chemistry. The two best players are now back for Temple. You drive, you draw a second defender, you leave somebody wide open. Wide open dunk for Jaleel down low.
28-25 Temple. 3:10 remaining in half number one.
Oh,
Rogers almost threw it away. He got it back with 18 on the shot clock. Rogers gets the switch with Picarelli. Here we go. Rogers gave it up. He wants it back. Rogers against Picarelli. Rogers just takes a three.
That's a settle.
It.
That is a settle right there.
It, and you mentioned him. Settle got the rebound. By the way, Miller, had 5 assists already for Hasir. He has the ball now. Has a mismatch with Miller. Kicks it out to White. He wants Picarelli. Picarelli for 3. Yes!
Oh.
Temple is smoking hot right now. They lead by 6 with 2:35 to play in the first half.
One thing I'm seeing from Temple right now is they know who they are on offense, and they're sticking with it.
Bell missed the floater. Another rebound for Settle. Settle's 5th rebound. And Temple is on a 14-2 run over the last 3 minutes. They were once down by 9 in this half, and they lead by 6. Miller has it. Miller and White. Miller screener roll with White. Miller drives, kicks it. Hoffman for 3. Not even close. Here comes the other way, comes Beverly. Beverly against Settle. Beverly, the left-hand layup. Good defense by Settle. Hoffman's dribbling back the other way. White, 2-on-1 with Settle. White, the layup. Yes! Jaleel White is back, and he gets the layup, and Temple is up by 8.
Timeout.
And Wichita State.
It's great basketball there.
Timeout. It's all Temple from the Liacouras Center. And we're back. I'm Max Sitterberg, joined by James Urban. Might have just seen the best 4 minutes of Temple basketball all season. A 16-2 run by all the shots were quality looks. Defensively, they're all over the Shockers, and they've made 3 consecutive threes. White, Miller, and Picarelli, and now Temple has suddenly an 8-point lead here with under 2 minutes to play, and they were down by 9 once in this half.
At one point was 2 for 12, 2 for 13 from 3.
12, yeah.
2 for 12, now 6 for 18. And it just came down to the matter of they kept shooting. If Coach Fisher is going to say, we're going to shoot a lot of threes, that's got to be you. That's got to be their philosophy. And one thing that really stood out to me about Matteo Picarelli is now he's coming off the bench, but he doesn't shy away from the fact that now he still has a role on this team. He airballs a three coming off the bench, gets the ball back 25 seconds later, same confidence, same shot, rips nothing but nylon. That's something that you love to see out of this team, that they're playing with confidence and everybody knows what their role is, and that played a huge part in a 16-2 run.
So Jaleel White leads all scorers. He has 7 points. By the way, Dalen Ridgenall with 10 boards. That's a quiet 10 boards, but the Shockers trail by 8 with 150 remaining.
And a lot of turnovers for Wichita.
Bell, DeGray, Ridgenall, Pahoto, and Cortez out there for the Shockers. White, Miller, Settle, Hoffman, Picarelli for the Owls. It's Cortez posting up Picarelli. In the corner is Ridgenall, and the post is Pahoto. Pahoto against Hoffman. Pahoto doubled, spins away. That's a beautiful play by Kenny Pahoto. He saw the double team, got away from that man, and got the floater. And there's a whistle, but Temple will get the ball back out of bounds with 1:21 remaining, down up by 6.
You take that as a completely fine defensive possession, though. Got down to the last 5 seconds of the shot clock, and he just bodied Sam Hoffman down low on the block, and you just take that for what it is.
Shockers are out rebounding Temple by 5. White driving on Pahoto now. That's a bit of a match for White. Miller kicks out top of the key. White dribble handoff of Hoffman, dribble handoff of Miller. Very top of the key now. Picarelli, another 3. Yes! Picarelli has made 3 in a row from downtown, and Temple leads by 9 with 50 seconds left in the first half.
You get him for UMBC for this exact reason, to make the 3-point shot.
Cortez floater. No good. Rebound by White.
2 for 1.
Picarelli playing some good defense, too. Now, Temple will slow
Looks
it
like
down.
they won't, yeah.
There is currently 12 seconds separating the shot and the game clock. Temple could go up by double figures with any bucket here. Miller.
Huge possession.
Now White, double handoff with Miller. Left corner is Miller driving in. Miller kicks it out. Settle for 3. No good. Hoffman, the offensive rebound. Hoffman has 5 seconds left in the half. Miller, sorry, 12 seconds. Correction, 12 seconds. And Temple will call a timeout. We'll keep it here as there is now 13 seconds remaining. A bit of an issue with the clock. I thought 2, but it said 12. So 13 seconds remaining. And now Temple has assured themselves the last shot. That's a good timeout by Coach Fisher.
And you know, the little thing that you notice right there is Sam Hoffman gets the offensive rebound, had some guys around him. He could have went back up, but there would be a lot more time left on the clock for Wichita to still score. Now that they get the offensive rebound, they call timeout. Temple finishes the half with the ball and with the shot. Wichita doesn't get another chance to score. That's huge going into the second half. It sucks the life out of a team when you don't get another shot to score at the end of the half to build that momentum.
And Temple will get the ball first out of the second half. After
Huge offensive rebound by Hoffman there. You can't stress it enough.
If you're just joining us, the first 10 minutes of this game was all Wichita State in a pretty sloppy game. They led by, this game was 19-10.
Yep.
Wichita State, and since then a 26-8 run to give Temple the 9-point lead. And now 13 seconds left. Can Temple go up by double figures? Probably their best half of the season. Miller has it now. 10 on the clock. Sorry, shot clock unplugged. Miller mismatch with DeGray. Miller. Picarelli. Looks like got foul. Step back. Tough shot. No foul called. Out of bounds. And Wichita State ball off 0.4. So technically there's time for a catch and shoot, but they're at the complete opposite end of the court. And DeGray will come in to inbound it. Someone needs to catch it at least from half court for a catch and shoot for the Shockers. DeGray has the ball now. He has 5 seconds to get this one in. No one's moving for Wichita State. What is going on? Then they throw it in. Bell's like, we don't need a shot. That was weird. No one was moving. Okay.
Nobody even wanted to get one off.
That will take us to the end of the first half. James, any final thoughts before we head to the half?
I don't know what happened at that 8-minute mark there for Adam Fisher and the Owls, but they figured it out on offense, and they stayed true to who they were, and now they have a 9-point lead with the ball coming out in the second half. Huge turnaround for Temple.
We'll be back. Temple by 9 at the half. And we're back 2 minutes away from the start of half number 2 in a pretty special half for Temple. The first half of that first half was not pretty for anybody, but Temple, after being down 9 at one point in that first half, James, are back in it. I'm Max Sinderberg, joined by James Urban. Now they lead by 9, beginning half number 2, and probably the best 5-6 minute stretch of a game they've played all season long.
Yeah, I mean, just a beautiful final 10 minutes. Everybody getting good looks. Open three-pointers, and they finally started to fall in that final 10 minutes. It was a struggle to get in the lane and get by defenders to open up other people on offense early on in the first half, but Hysier Miller kept working, Steve Settle kept working, Jaleel White kept working, and everybody found the bucket. Everybody found the stat sheet. I mean, you look at the starting 5 right here, or just the 5 players on our screen. Jaleel White, 7 points. Miller, 5. Settle, 6. Hoffman knocked out a 3. And then Picarelli, a huge 3 threes.
Look what else they're doing, too, James. Miller has 6 assists. Hoffman and Settle with 5, 6 rebounds each. So
nobody has seen that yet out of Miller so far this year. I mean, 5 points and 6 assists in just one half. I mean,
you take a look at also Wichita State.
Yeah.
They've held Colby Rogers to 1 of 8.
Yeah,
now, to be honest, he has had some looks in this game. He just hasn't knocked down the 3 ball. But again, you've held him to 3 points. Xavier Bell's been a factor, as well as Quincy Ballard. But you've held Colby Rogers out of this game, and I think the only way Wichita State can win this game is if Colby Rogers puts on a Colby Rogers-like second half.
Yeah, and I mean, they're going to have to shoot the ball a lot better now, which means I think they'll probably lean towards more the three-point line now this second half, which means they go away from Ballard, who's 3 for 3. Wichita really put themselves in a tough position. They really put themselves in a tough position by being down 9.5 to what seems like a scorching hot Temple team. I expect nothing less than Temple to come out in the second half and shoot just as quickly on offense and penetrate the lanes. Hysier Miller is probably going to do exactly what he did in the first half. Go to the rim, draw 2 defenders, and kick it out to a wide open guy.
So we're getting ready for half number 2. And a big thing could be also free throws down the stretch. Again, Wichita State attempted 4 free throws, James. Temple attempted 3. Both, Temple went 1 for 3, 2 for 4. Wichita, as we get closer towards the end of this one, if Temple wants to put them away, free throws are going to be the way to do it.
The numbers don't lie. I mean, coming into this game, we knew that both teams struggled from the free throw line, and they surely are right now. 50% for Wichita. But one thing that stood out to me was 10 turnovers for Wichita in that first half. That is 10 too many. Temple was pressuring the ball pretty solid there. Some of them were sloppy turnovers in transition, but I expect more of the same.
We're underway. Temple's original starting lineup is out there. Miller, Dezzoni, Riley, Settle, and Hoffman. Riley has one down. Temple coming down now right to left. And Riley connects on his second field goal, step back jump shot. And Temple leads by double digits out of the gate here in half number 2.
That's a good move right there. It's early in the shot clock, but he behind the back, and he got wide open.
No defense from Temple. Wide open 3, and they got a missed shot there by Ridgenall. He was wide open for 3. Settle. Again, Temple right to left. Wichita State now coming down our end, left to right. Miller drives in left hand. Great pass to Hoffman. Wow, he got violently rejected again by Ballard, his 3rd block. The other way, Xavier Bell just lost it.
Yeah.
Dezzoni, good defense, though, putting a body on Bell. Settle will settle it down. No pun intended. Riley over to Hoffman. Right corner is Miller. He should have shot it right away, did not. Mm-hmm. Miller settles down. He has a mismatch, though, here with Ballard. Pulls up for 3. Yes!
Big time shot.
Hysier Miller at Temple is leaving off right where they started. It's a 14-point lead.
And Max, he learned in the first half. He tried to go at Ballard at the rim a few times. He got blocked. In that possession, Ballard is on him. Let me pull up.
Beverly driving in on Riley on the left corner. Colby Young. 3 ball for Ridgenall again. He missed it. No one there for the rebound for Temple. Easily, Beverly gets it. Good cut. No finish for Ridgenall. Then he gets his 3rd shot of the possession, and it goes in for Ridgenall.
I mean, Max, they're going to score eventually. If you get 3 looks of possession, it's going to fall.
By the way, that's number 11 rebound for Ridgenall today. Yeah. 4 and 11 for him.
These are minutes right now that can be won by Temple to really blow this game open.
Miller, fake the 3, drives in. Left-hand layup. There you go, Hysier. He's on the board. He's the first player now in double figures. He has 10 points and 6 assists.
This might be the cleanest game that Hysier Miller has put out so far this season.
Bell, double team, kicks it back out. Colby Rogers, one-on-one with Settle. He kicks it. Beverly now in the left corner. Beverly drives in. Double team, kicks it. Ballard one-on-one with Hoffman. Now it's Bell. 10 on the shot clock. Bell.
Great defense.
Left corner now. Nothing going for the Shockers.
Great defense.
Tate away. Jump shot. No good. Riley rebound off the Ballard miss.
Just phenomenal defense all around. You get a 3 seconds on the shot clock. Jumper from Ballard there. Coach Fisher cannot ask for anything more than from his guys right there.
Settle. Miller wants another 3. He faked it. Great fake. Kicks it top of the key. Settle for 3. Short. Offensive rebound to Zoni. Zoni layup. No good. Settle. Put the puck back. Steve Settle got the puck back and Temple up by 16.
Oh, almost a turnover.
3 minutes in. Young track.
Oh.
He lost it. Oh, wow. What a move by Ridgenall to get the ball back. 4-on-2 for Wichita. Lob. Great defense by Hoffman, but Ridgenall gets another rebound, his 12th.
Seems to be the only guy that wants to keep him in this game.
Ridgenall has 12 rebounds, half and half, 6 rebounds offensive. Oh, Miller threw it away. Riley was not paying attention, but Hoffman got it back. Temple by 14, 3 minutes in. Miller drives in, kicks out to Settle. He just missed a 3. He'll drive this time. Left-hand hook. Wow, it's another block for Ballard, which will be his 4th, and now some subs for Wichita State.
All right, so it's clear Temple's got to learn that going at Ballard is not the answer.
No.
By any means. How many blocks does he have? Did it register after that one?
It will be a 4.
All right, it'll be 4 there for Ballard. They're not getting by him. He comes out of the game right now.
He's the only player who's really, him and Ridgenall have been there consistently. Him and Beverly come out.
And a questionable sub there, in my opinion. Why he's coming out of the game, I don't know.
DeGray and Pajoto are in. 5 on the shot clock for Temple. Does Temple see it? Miller does. Step back to look like a travel. He made it! What just happened? Miller made the
Harden-esque step back there by Hysier Miller.
Now, they gave that a 3. I'm not sure.
No, I think he got behind the line with that extra step back there.
Miller getting red hot here in the second half. Pajoto trapped in the corner.
Ooh.
Yeah, Hoffman was grabbing his arm.
Yep.
And we're 2 seconds away from the 16-minute mark. But man, Hysier Miller has come out flying here in half number 2.
In the first half, he had 2 or 3 possessions where it was the same old Hysier, forced it a little bit, got under the basket, didn't really know what to do with it. Mm-hmm. And now he is taking everything the defense is giving him and making all the right decisions.
Temple leading 48-31. A shocking. Whenever you're down by close to 10 points, you don't expect to be up close to 20, but they are in this situation. Wichita State inbounding it on the right side of the basket. That's a good look. It goes in, and that's the right guy to get going. Colby Rogers.
Good inbounds play there.
Who gets a bucket here to get to 5 points. 48-33 Owls. With 15:50 remaining in regulation from the Liacouras Center. Happy to be joining you on WHIP on YouTube. Miller has the ball. He's been hot. Double team now. Settle. Good kick to Zoni. Zoni drives. Lost the ball. Missed the layup. Mm-hmm. He just wasn't in control of himself. It was a good effort by Shane there. Colby Young pushing back the other way. Young gets a screen from Pajoto. Fade away. Jump shot. Good defense again by Zoni. Rebound. Who else? Ridgenall. Kicks it. Right side wide open 3 for DeGray. Didn't want to shoot it. The bench wanted him to. DeGray posting up Miller. No good. Rebound. Hoffman gets his 7th rebound.
Oh!
And Fishers is mad. Second time this half, Riley's just not looking at the ball.
I don't know how much of that is on Riley or Miller. I mean, he's not looking at you. You can't throw him the ball. And he's advancing it from 10, 15 feet above, and the defense is already back. I don't know about that pass.
We'll take our first media timeout. Temple up by 14. Welcome back, everyone. WHIP, we're on YouTube for this one as 48-33. That's the right score. Temple in front with 15:08 in regulation. Max Hindenburg joined by James Urban in a pretty perfect game so far for Temple. They've had some mistakes involving turnovers, but after being down by 9, they've pretty much owned the Shockers here at the Liacouras Center.
Best basketball that we've seen pretty much all season out of Temple, and everything's falling right now, specifically for Liacouras right now, early in the second half.
13 points with 6 assists for the leading scorer for the Owls.
And those are minutes without Jaleel White. Now he's back on the court. I mean, this is the best that this team has looked. And I said it at halftime, it finally seems like everybody knows their role and what they have to bring to the table each minute they're out there. So these are big minutes to be won. You got to keep this lead. They had an 8-point lead against South Florida, and that folded. So these minutes are huge to keep this lead.
So the Shockers have the ball. Jaleel White in for Shane Dezzoni. Colby Rogers off to DeGray. Back up top for Rogers. 10 on the shot clock. Shockers coming down to left to right. Rogers drives, spins on Jordan Riley. Fade away. He got fouled. They didn't call it.
Wow.
But Rogers gets the bucket. Boy, can he score?
That should be an and one almost every time.
It was clearly a bump, which would not be good for Riley. He already has 2 fouls in this game, as does Sam Hoffman. Temple has the ball. Hoffman has it. 20 on the shot clock. And Riley has it on the right side. Riley coming off a career high 21 points against South Florida. Miller, left side. Again, left. Sorry, right to left. White in that corner spot. Dribbles it off the foot of himself, and Pahoda will get credit for the steal. Back comes Xavier Bell. Back out to DeGray. Pahoda posting up White. He got bumped, and there's a foul on Ja. And a rough sequence as Pahoda was all over White defensively, and then Pahoda wanted the ball back offensively.
So I was looking away from the ball, and I was looking at that matchup specifically with Jaleel White on Pahoda. Pahoda did his work early. He got in front of Jaleel White and backed him down, got him under the basket, basically, before he even got the ball. You're getting put in a tough position right away when you're Jaleel White in that situation.
Now, interestingly, they called this a shooting foul. I'm not sure he was shooting, but Pahoda makes the first. Piccarelli in for Riley. Again, Riley with only 4 points today. Definitely a down game for him following such a great performance against the Bulls.
And now, Max, you think about that Liacouras Miller turnover when he's trying to throw to Riley. And now Wichita State goes on a 4-0 run right after that when they could have had an opportunity to score again. It's little things like that.
Fisher was mad.
Yeah, those are little possessions that you need to take advantage of.
Now, Temple's normally not in this position, but they need to give Wichita State no hope to come back in this game. Miller open, thought about the 3, dribbles out of it. White at the very top key. Dribble a handoff with Steve Settle, right back to White on the left side. White's open, he drives, kicks it. What a pass to Piccarelli. What a pass to Miller for 3. Short.
It's a beautiful look.
Ball movement, though, by Temple, but now Wichita State with a bucket can come within single digits. Pahoda and White, that's a terrible pass by Colby Rogers. He aimed from the Temple logo to near out of bounds. That was something, and Temple will take advantage of that one.
But one thing I do want to say, Max, is sometimes when teams, they get a big enough lead, they'll play to not lose at a time, and they won't try and play their same style of basketball. Temple has to stay with their personality.
What a pass, Miller. Piccarelli 3 off the mark.
Still a good look.
That is off of Wichita State. It'll be Temple ball. Hoffman is everywhere on the glass. He has 6 boards, 7 boards, 6 defensive, 1 offensive. Just a really impressive rebounding night for Sam. Settle off the inbound, spins, kicks it, corner 3 for White. Tipped. It got blocked. Yeah. And it was blocked by Pahoda, who's owning White here in the second half. Beverly brings it up for the Shockers. Colby Rogers needs to get going for Wichita. And he is fouled again by Jaleel White, which will be his second foul. Him, Hoffman, and Riley now have 2 fouls each. We haven't even had a bonus yet in this game. Now each team no fouls for Wichita State in 7 minutes of play. As we're 13-10 remaining in regulation. Rogers against White again. Rogers wants it. Rogers dribbles in, wants it, kicks it out. Xavier Bell drives in. Wide open floater, he missed it. And Miller fouled him, but there's no call. Settle against Beverly. Settle the layup. Wow, he made it. Steve Settle, a tough shot. Now, there's something. The refs are going to review something. And they just looked at the table and said, review it. There's going to be a
Not exactly sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Miller's coming out of the game for Quante Berry. Great effort, by the way. Miller with 8 points to start.
Yeah, he just needs it like a 3-minute rest here, and he can come back into the game. But one thing I didn't mention in that first half, Max, Jaleel looks a little bit winded and that he needs to get back into things here. He's had a few rough possessions, but he's staying in the game. Fisher is trusting him.
Colby Rogers against White. Not just that they're trusting him, they're putting him against Wichita State's best player, Rogers. Great. Oh, wow. Settle blocked him. Pahodo, offensive rebound, and one. And now the Shockers are back alive on the bench. And a good sequence. We thought taking out Ballard would be a problem, but Pahodo has looked really good here in the second half.
Yeah.
Settle has good defense here, gets the block originally. And you can tell right now, Rogers knows he's struggling, and it's kind of become a one-dimensional offense focused on him getting shots up.
Well, for Temple, you kind of got to pick your poison. Do you go height matchup and put Settle on him, or you go weight matchup and go Hoffman? It's a disadvantage either way.
Pahodo missed the free throw, leaping board for Settle, his 7th rebound.
11-point lead for Temple right now. You got to win these minutes. Take a breath. Keep playing your basketball.
And no Miller, so this will be interesting to see how Temple can find scoring without Miller on the court. Jaleel White has it. Screen from Settle. White drives in. White slips. And
it's got to be a foul.
There's a foul. It's going to be called on DeGray the third. That'll be his second foul. First foul of the half, and we're nearly 8 minutes in.
Who do they go to? I think they keep going back to Settle. I think Steve Settle.
Now, by the way, Settle I don't think has come out of this game yet. He has 27 minutes.
I mean, why would he? He keeps getting good looks on the offensive end, and it's a mismatch every time.
He is the lone player to not come out of this game right now. All 28 minutes have been Steve's. Dribble handoff with Quante Berry. Very top of the key. Berry.
He's looking at Steve.
Screen with Hoffman. Post up for Settle with 5 to shoot. Settle needs help. He throws it away after a double team. Should be a dunk for DeGray. Layup's good. It's a single-digit game now. The Shockers have come within 9, and this is about to be a game now.
Miller back in.
Yeah, that was quick. Temple is starting to a bit of nothing on offense as of late.
Coach Fish knows that these minutes are the most important.
Berry on the left side needs help, gets it to Hoffman. He almost threw it away. Hoffman regains. Settle for 3. Yes!
Huge.
A big shot for Steve Settle. His first 3. He's got 13 points now.
Why has he played every minute? Because of that. He's playing confident.
Owls back up by 12. Ridgenall against Settle. In the corner now is Rogers. Sorry, DeGray. Get it to Pahodo in the post. DeGray for 3. Good answer by DeGray. His first 3-point attempt of the game. And it's back to 9 with now 11 minutes now to play in regulation. Quante Berry at the top of the key. Berry. Screen from White. Berry, double team, throws in the corner. White opens Hoffman for 3. No good. Rebound. Ridgenall again. Ridgenall dribbling up the court smartly and on 1-on-2 kicks it out. Another 3. Rogers. No good. Ridgenall crashing the glass. So is Pahodo. DeGray comes back and lays it in. And it's all Shockers as Coach Fisher calls timeout. The lead is cut down to 7 at the Liacouras Center. Welcome back. We're back to a ball game in the Seesaw Affair. Temple leading 53-46 with 10:37 remaining in regulation. Wichita State, if you're just joining us, had a 9-point lead in the first half. Temple then went up by 9 at halftime, got up at most to 17 just moments ago. But Wichita State now has cut it down to 7, and it's back to a game.
Yeah, it was 48-31 with 16 to go around. Now in the last 6 minutes, it is down to a 7-point game, and Wichita has taken advantage of that slim non-Hyseer Miller minutes.
So
we both noticed that.
Yes, Miller's already back in now.
Miller's back in.
As is Jordan Riley and Shane Dezzoni.
Yeah.
So it's amazing. Hoffman and Settle are playing so much. Settle's not come out of this game. Hoffman's come out for 3 minutes. Warriors up front for the Owls.
Yeah. Settle is playing one of his best games that I've seen so far as a Temple Owl. The transfer from Howard.
Yeah, he's got 13 points to go along with 7 rebounds today.
Yeah, great game. And he's still got 10 more minutes and 37 seconds to add on to that.
By the way, Ridgenall has 15 rebounds today.
Yeah.
6 points, 15 rebounds. 8 of those are offensive rebounds.
Well, they're getting a lot of second chance opportunities with those possessions.
I mean,
offensive rebounds.
11 for Wichita, 9 for Temple. But again, 8 of those 11 are for Ridgenall. So
yeah,
he
that's
has
nuts.
Single-handedly capped Wichita in this game, I would think.
That is nuts right there.
That's a crazy stat. So Temple now needs to regain its form. They lead by 7, and they've usually crumbled at this point left in games. 10 minutes left, and this is where they usually like to fall apart. We'll see if they do today. Settle going from left to right. He's in the far right corner. Settle dribbles out. Oh, crossover move. Settle, the slam! He crosses over Ballard and throws it down with 15 points.
Anytime you get a 7-foot guy out on the perimeter, you got to take him. You got to blow by.
Xavier Bell in the post for DeGray against Dezzoni. DeGray, good move. Floater's no good. Tough rebound. Oh, that's not a foul. That's not a foul.
I don't know, man.
Going after Ballard on that rebound. It looked like it was a jump ball, if anything. Not a foul.
You can't imply that possession was Ballard's.
And that will take us to another timeout. Temple up by 9. And we're back. We are halfway through half number 2, and we are basically where we started, James. A 9-point lead for Temple. They got up to 17, but has not gone closer than 7 in this one.
And Max, you mentioned these are the minutes where Temple usually crumbles. These minutes are going to show, did they learn?
Colby Rogers off the inbounds. Left to right is Wichita State. Rogers. Pahodo. Yeah, oh, he missed the easy floater. Pahodo with a miss. Dezzoni back the other way for Temple. Going right to left. Dezzoni slows it down. Good job by Shane, who gets the start for the second consecutive game for Temple. Miller has it against Pahodo. Miller drives, needs a kick out to Dezzoni. Dezzoni drives, kicks it out to the left side. Riley drives.
Foul?
And no, hit the backboard. There's no way it's a foul. I mean, you can't reward that pass.
Yeah.
And it's been a rough game for Jordan Riley. You've seen last game, him driving to the bucket was really effective. Tonight, they have swarmed him every time Jordan has got to the rim.
Yeah, I mean, they were definitely watching their film because they know he wants to be a high flyer. And they're making him shoot right now.
Bell, DeGray, Rogers, Ridgenall, and Pahodo. It's been the best lineup for Wichita State today. Pahodo against Hoffman. That should be a jump ball. There's no call. Bell for 3, and he got it. That is ridiculous. It was a jump ball.
These refs, these last 2 possessions have just been not...
I mean, it's a jump ball.
That was stuck in between their hands for a second and a half.
Well, it's a 6-point game now out of nowhere. 55-49 is the score. Driving in's Riley, kicking it out the middle. Temple needs a bucket. Dezzoni drives. Dezzoni, it's a jump ball. Oh, now they call it. This is ridiculous.
This is just,
It was the same thing that just happened on the other end. And
possession Wichita.
Yeah, possession Wichita. I mean, that was even less time there was a jump ball as the replay of the Bell 3. But man, the referees' inconsistency. And now the Shockers are within 6, and there is plenty of time in this game. 8:50 remaining.
As long as it goes both ways and it's consistent, but that's just bad.
It's bad. And can the Shockers take advantage of it? Xavier Bell driving in, spins around Hoffman. It's a missed floater. Miller has it. It's off of Miller. Wichita State ball.
They got to box him out, man.
Wichita State's missing shots, but they are getting some great floater looks the last 3 possessions.
Bodo's got to be boxed out. He's getting way too many looks at second chance opportunities.
Inbounding again, Wichita State on the right side of the basket. Good defense by Riley. He almost overdid it against Rogers. Rogers, no good. Way off. Rebound by
Get it out of there.
Hoffman. Temple needs to get across half court. They do with Hasir Miller, who needs to shoot the ball. It hasn't been a while since he's taken a shot.
Settles in the corner. He's gassed.
Riley. Now Settle. Settle's played every second of this game. Settle. Step back. 3. No good. Rebound by Rogers.
Tired.
Well, he's played all 30 minutes of this one. Great pass. Pahodo.
Got to take advantage of this. Got to go.
Miller pushing it 2-on-2. Miller and Settle. Miller. No foul. He kept it wide open. Dezzoni for 3. No good. Rebound. Settle. No, it was out of nowhere. It's Jordan Riley.
Now you
and
slow
Temple
down.
gets their 3rd possession now. Riley for 3. No good. Another offensive rebound. Dezzoni. And now Temple will resettle their 4th different possession.
Oh, my.
What?
And then now the crowd's up.
You feel like they need a bucket here to keep this momentum going.
Yep, for sure.
Everyone's on their feet now. Miller to Hoffman for 3. No good. And they go 0 for 5 on that possession. 0 for 5. I said that out loud. 5-on-4 for the Shockers. Pahodo.
Take a charge.
Oh, he almost lost it. Out to Bell. 15 on the shot clock for Bell. Bell against Miller. Screen from Pahodo. Bell drives in. The shot. No good. Rebound. Pahodo. His layup. No good. Rebound. Someone. Settle has it.
Slow it down.
Man, it is a...
Oh, my.
God, it's a struggle for everyone right now.
Watch out, Shane.
Dezzoni back the other way. And now Miller recoups with 20 on the shot clock. Can we have a break?
Nobody can get a clean hold of the basketball right here.
The ball's been slippery, it feels like, all day. Temple leading by 6 for the recap with 6:35 remaining. Settle, Dezzoni. 5 on the shot clock. Dezzoni for 3, no good. Rebound by Ridgenall. Back come the Shockers. We're at a standstill at 6 points here. Rogers, Pahodo for 3? Wow, he made it. Pahoto for 3. And just like that, it's a 3-point game. This was a 17-point lead for Temple in the second half. And it's down to 3, James.
No timeout called here.
And Miller picked up his dribble for no reason. Hoffman has it. 6 minutes remaining. Settle. Temple needs a bucket. They've missed their last 5. Settle. Throws it away.
No.
Someone on the ground for Temple. It's a shocker timeout, and this whole game has turned around. We're going to take a 30-second break. It's a 3-point game for the Liacouras Center. We're back from the Liacouras Center. We've seen both teams just absolutely choke up big leads.
Oh.
So in the first half, the
Tell me
Shockers
about
were
it.
up by 9. Temple then took a 9-point lead into half, then got up by 17 a mere 4 minutes into this half. 11 minutes later, with 5:47 remaining, it's only a 3-point lead for the Owls. I mean, it is just falling apart.
Well, the minutes that were imperative for Temple to win, they did not win them.
Not at all. They haven't scored a point.
They have not scored a point in 4 minutes and 29 seconds, folks. That is the scoring drought
Jeez.
for Temple. 1 of their last 7 field goals, 0 for the last 5. So now Jaleel White is back into the game. Seems like this will be the most trusted lineup that should be out here for the rest of the game.
The zoning instead of Riley, though.
The zoning. Yeah, that is a good point, but Riley is not really provided too much so far. And Dezzoni has also knocked down a shot from outside. So if he gets another look, Fisher might have some more confidence in him to knock it down. But we'll see. Still a 3-point lead for Temple. They just got to be smarter.
So the Shockers can tie on this possession with a made 3. So tricky times for Temple now. Bell, left to right are the Shockers. Bahodo, he walked. They didn't call it. Rebound, Settle, his 9th rebound. He's a rebound away from a double-double.
Isaiah Miller, it's on him to get a good look for the offense.
Well, he got 8 points right away, and then he hasn't shot the ball since. So we'll see. Settle, hands it off to Jaleel White. White, mid-range jump shot. Yes!
It's a good shot.
For White.
One One of the easiest shots in basketball, folks, is a one-dribble pull-up right around the free throw line, and there it is right there for Jaleel White.
First points of half number 2 for Jaleel White. 9 for the game. 5-point lead, 5 minutes remain. Bell in trouble. White took it from him. Back-to-back.
Gotta go.
White. Under 5 minutes, Temple will go very slowly now. Trying to kill some clock. Miller now will run, now back off. Coming down right to left, Miller drives. He threw it to no one. Shockers come back the other way. It's a layup good for Beverly. His first point of the second half. It's back to a 3-point game with 4:30 remaining. It is getting tight here at the Liacouras Center.
Max, your best player and your starting point guard can't throw a turnover in that possession. You just can't.
Up by 5, now up by 3. White thought about a 3 against Pahodo. White dribbles in. Tough. Oh, wow, that's a gift. Pahodo, I don't think, fouled him, but they give the foul to Pahodo, and White will shoot 2.
Hey, Temple still has to earn them at the line. 1 for 3. Just three free throws so far.
7. So combined 10 free throws today.
These are huge. These are huge right now.
Jaleel White is their coach. Pretty intense at the moment.
You're approaching the final media timeout.
I'm being nice by saying intense. Paul Mills. White connects on the free throw.
Gotta make these. You have to make these.
Now, White has had a much better year than last year shooting free throws. He's up to 76% this year. He'll shoot one more. The lead is 4 with 4:15 remaining in regulation. White, finally, first player today to make 2 free throws at the line for Temple.
Huge.
And now White's in double figures with 11. And Temple leads by 5, 4 minutes to play. Can they get the win to start conference play? Pahodo driving in. Oh, come on. It's an and 1. The foul is on Hoffman. And, man, I just don't love – I appreciate referees, but these are just not the calls at the moment, in my opinion. Both sides. Both sides I'm saying this from, not from the Temple perspective. I mean, that
wasn't a foul for Jaleel, and that wasn't a foul either. I mean,
I think that, yeah.
It was a makeup call.
It was a makeup call to make it. I guess we wanted to make it even, but both are not fouls, and both teams will benefit from free throws. So it evens out. But Pahodo gets an and 1, by the way. He made the shot.
And it's been all him this half. I mean.
Oh, correction. They called this foul on Hoffman. If it's true, it's his 4th foul. So if that is on Hoffman, that is 4 fouls. That is what's in the stat sheet at the moment. So 1 more for Hoffman. Temple now leads by 2 after the Pahodo making the 3-point play. This is a big possession for Temple. Miller, 1-on-1, step back, jump shot is no good. Rebound by, Dezzoni took it from Bell. Man, Dezzoni's everywhere too on the glass. Dezzoni with his 4th offensive rebound. Now it is White on the left side. 10 to shoot. White drives in. Settle open for 3. No good. Rebound by Pahoko. And now the Shockers can tie or take the lead this possession. Bell drives in. Kicks it out for Pahodo. Wide open layup for DeGray. And we are tied up at 59 with 3:10 remaining in regulation.
Just meltdowns on both ends of the floor.
This was a 17-point lead by Temple in this half. And it's now a tie game. And the Shocker fans are on their feet making some more noise. Dezzoni hands it off to White. White drives down the right side, kicks it to Settle. Hoffman, top of the key, 3. Big make for Sam Hoffman. And it's a 3-point lead for Temple. Big make for Sam.
That's cold-blooded right there. I mean, he didn't even think about that one. He caught that and let it fly.
Hoffman needed to make a 3. Temple back up by 3 of 2:35 to play. Pahoko thought about a 3. Pahodo drives. Oh my God, they called a foul? This is ridiculous. This is an atrocity. They called this foul on Sam Hoffman. Pahodo's falling out of bounds. He chucks it off the side of the backboard.
It's going away from the basket. You just can't call that
This will be our last time stepping away today.
Oh, man.
Temple by 3. We're back. We're going to promise you this. No more breaks for us until this game is all 3-0s. Temple leading 62-59. Moment ago, Sam Hoffman committed a foul. Now, as of now, our stat sheet tells us that is 5 on Hoffman. If that is the truth, he is done. He has had a big impact on this game. 9 rebounds, 6 points. He just made a big 3 to give Temple the 3-point lead. So if he is out, that is a big problem. He's also played 34 of the 38 minutes that have been played today.
And if he's out, Max, who's guarding Poto? I don't know.
I don't know.
I have no clue.
Poto has had a really good game. So at the moment, it's a Hoffman foul. Poto will shoot 2 free throws. And let's see who they bring in. They bring in Jordan Riley. So Hoffman is done. And that is a big, first of all, it's big that's his 5th foul. It's a awful foul to call on someone who has 4 fouls. I'm sorry.
And I think
cost him in the game.
I think their best option is Jaleel on Poto from now on.
Yeah. We got to put someone on Rogers as well, man.
Yeah.
So here we go.
This might be the longest 228 that we have seen for a while.
Yes, and also because
I have a
Wichita
feeling.
State, by the way, has 2 fouls. They need to foul Temple 5 more times to get into bonus territory. So we could be here a while. By the way, that's the 7th team foul, James, on Temple. So bonus now for Wichita State.
And Poto's feeling it right now, too. He's 4 for 5 from the line now.
Yeah, Poto have now 13 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block off the bench.
Almost all in the second half, too.
Yeah, he was dead quiet in the first. Oh, man, he made both. It is a 1-point game, 2:28 to play. The Shockers have not led in the second half. Temple's had a lead of 17. That's a bad foul. Xavier Bell, you have fouls to give, but it resets the shot clock back to 30. So that is a bad foul by Bell. But again, only the 3rd team foul. So 4 more fouls will put Temple in the free throw line area. So that it's plenty of, might as well just start taking fouls, just at least put them in the bonus situation. Settle to Miller. Temple needs buckets by someone. Miller. Top of the key, DeZoni. Dribble handoff of White. On the right side is White. Going from right to left. White. He throws it away. White throws it away, and now the Shockers can take the lead with any bucket here.
Just not valuing any possessions here.
Rogers for the lead. He airballs an open 3, and Miller needs to hold it. He should hold it, and he will now. Under 2 minutes, he pulls up, and he makes it. I'm not sure the shot selection was good, but Miller connects on a 3, and Temple leads by 4.
Might have been the best look that they were going to get the whole shot clock, so he took it.
Miller now with 16.
Stop here,
trying to take it. Oh, it's a foul. You can't do that because that's over the limit.
And he's making them, too.
Poto's
been making them, too.
Poto fouled to give the foul to DeZoni, his first.
Yeah, you can't.
I'll tell you what, that was a gutsy shot from Hasir Miller.
Gutsy back-to-back plays. The shot and then the reach. You're up 4, you can't reach there.
I'll say gutsy over smart because he just pulled up for 3. And the refs told the teams to go back to their benches. And then he just told the teams to go back in a matter of a second. What was that?
Nobody called timeout. This is wild, Max. This game is wild. Back and forth.
Drunk at times at this game. Sometimes. Poto will shoot 2, where he is currently 5 of 6 today.
I think he's made 4 in a row.
And one of these makes it a 1-possession game. 2 would be huge for Wichita State. It's a 1-on-1 though, so he's got to make the first. And he missed it. Rebound to Zoni and a big miss.
Isier's got to be smart here.
Now there's 1:30 remaining now.
Wichita's going to start fouling.
Temple by 4. They don't have to foul yet, and they do there.
They do.
Well, that's why you're here, James, and you're our color guy because I was completely wrong there. Bell fouls again, only 4th team foul, so still 3 more fouls they have to do before Temple goes to the line.
He's someone who's been really quiet this half, Bell. He's been very quiet this half.
6 in the first half. He's only up to 9.
Made 1 shot. He had that 3.
Rogers only has 9 in this game too. He was averaging 16 coming in. They're both averaging in double figures and are not in double figures today. Miller, he might want to take this shot. 10 on the shot clock. Nothing going on for the Owls offense. No ball movement. Settle hasn't made a 3. He'll drive in, though, and he lost it. Another turnover. DeGray.
Oh, it's back.
Sony got it back. Wait. Possession was Wichita State's. No.
That's got it. The shot clock resets. Yeah, Jalil's mad. Shot clock resets.
So the one ref just said shot clock violation. We're going to review it.
No, this should be Temple basketball, folks.
Didn't DeGray have it, James, before?
I got to see, but it looked like for...
Wait. The three refs are discussing here. There's 1:05 remaining. This is a huge call here. Because if it's Temple ball, they'll have 20 seconds in the ball.
Oh, they're showing it right here.
Showing a replay. It's a pretty bad... DeGray has that ball, right?
I think so. It looks like it's his ball compared to anybody else's.
They are reviewing this right now.
Surely doesn't look like anybody else had it besides him.
It's either Wichita State ball with 1:05 to play or Temple ball plus a 20-second shot clock.
This is game-changing.
Game-changing.
This is absolutely game-changing.
Huge. So we have two refs. Only one ref is looking at this. We're getting the same replay on the big screen.
Because you assume Wichita State gets the ball back and scores, makes it either a 2 or a 1-point game. If they don't get it back, Temple pulls it out. Wichita has to foul. How many times now, Max? How many
more?
2 more?
3.
3 more times. This is game-changing right now. This call, they're looking at it still.
At the table, he is not looking at the replay. He's our PA announcer here. We should hear. James will hear for us. Let's see.
I think he pointed out.
Yes, they did.
Temple basketball.
And they give a fresh 27 shot clock for the Owls.
It's game-changing right here.
That is huge.
But Temple has...
Basically, James, a bucket here, and he can kiss this baby goodbye for Wichita State.
But Temple has to take care of the basketball. We've seen a lot of turnovers. Settle just turned it over and was fortunate to get it back. And the possession before that, Jaleel White turned it over. So...
Yep. That way, by the way, 5 steals for Steve Settle today. 3 for Dizzoni. I mean, they are just all over the place.
Dizzoni has been in the right spots at the right times. I will say that. But can't turn it over here. You got to take care of the basketball. And Temple has been struggling to do that all game.
This is a big possession. Dizzoni will inbound it, going from right to left. Settle gets it in. They're going to foul. They should foul. Oh, my God.
Telling you.
They maybe did not need to call that a foul. I thought that was all ball, but it's not. It's a foul. So that's 5 team fouls. Still 2 more fouls to go before Temple can shoot 1-and-1s.
And even then, Temple has only shot 5 free throws now, so their team isn't they're not loose at the line right now.
No. They've been, again, 37 of their 65 shot stains have been from behind.
Look at this. Miller, Riley, and Dizzoni have not shot a free throw yet.
Those are 3 of the players out there. Settle now has it. Quick foul, and they have to do this so at least you can put them at the line.
And one more foul?
One more foul.
All right,
16 fouls.
So those 3, Miller, Riley, and Dizzoni, haven't shot a free throw, and Settle has, but he's missed one.
Now on the court, Miller's the best shooter at 78%. He has the ball, and they're not going to foul now. They're going to trap. Now they're trying to foul. They should foul White. Oh, that was a mistake. They should have fouled White. Miller has it. They're not going to foul now because now you're just wasting time. Yeah. So now 10 seconds left. 49 on the game, 8 on the shot. Miller 1-on-1 for the win. Miller to put this game away. Drives. Floater. No good. The tip's no good. It's a shot clock violation, which is not a bad thing, by the way.
30 seconds off the shot clock. 30 seconds off the clock, yeah.
It's a 4-point game, and there's 38.6 remaining. That was smart defense, though, by Wichita. They got the fouls. They got the stop. Now they have a chance to get back in this game.
Now it's going to be a foul game. I assume this possession is an easy 2 for Wichita. I believe they go to either Rogers or Poto here to get 2, and then I think they play the free throw game.
Why there's a stoppage here at 38.6 remaining. The refs are going to look to see if that is the right time on the clock. Because I thought there should have been around 40 seconds, but there's 38.6.
Yeah, everything's got to be precise.
Now the refs
at this point.
We've had nothing changed on our shot clock. Shot clock was unplugged, now put back on.
39.
39, so they add 0.4 of a second, which is a big difference. Yeah. So that's a catch and shoot difference, is what that is.
I believe Wichita goes for 2, and then they play the foul game. And just...
Well, again, Wichita State has to, again, both teams are in the 1-and-1 situation.
And the free throw game does not favor Temple right now. So
no, it does not. So 1-and-1s could really help the Shockers here.
Nope.
So inbounding it is DeGray, gets it into Bell. Here comes Bell running up the court. Bell gets a screen from Poto. Hands it off to Rogers. They got to shoot the ball. Rogers losing control of his body, keeps it together.
Oh, jeez.
Throws
Oh,
it
no.
away, settle, foul, god-awful possession by the
Terrible.
Wichita State.
Wow. That is bad. Out of a player like Rogers, you don't expect that either.
Yes.
You do not expect
You
that.
do not.
That is, I expected a much better possession, a cleaner look.
Now, Settle is a 76% free throw shooter, but he is 0 for 1 today. A miss here, it's a 1-and-1.
It's not game by any means.
Definitely not. Even if he makes both, it's still a 2-possession game. But the first one is pretty big here, James. Settle, getting together, rolls the ball in his fingertips. Off the jump shot. Got it. Clutch. He's been the best player on the floor today.
He's been the guy all day.
16 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 steals today. Just a ridiculous stat day for Steve Settle, who has played, by the way, every single minute of this game. 40 minutes for Steve. Makes both.
If Temple can pull this one out, Fish is going to give him a big hug.
I can't wait to see how Settle talks at the press conference. 6-point game. Poto fakes the 3. Let him go. Let him go.
Can't foul here. Wow. Meltdown.
Down the capital M. Usually this is a Temple problem, but today it's a Wichita State problem.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, James, there's a timeout with 18 seconds left in Temple ball. The shot of the game is the Hoffman 3. It became a tie game, and the moment Hoffman made
59-59, I think.
Yeah, the moment Hoffman made that 3, it just felt like Temple had control of this game.
Yep. I mean, he eventually fouled out 2 possessions later, but without that 3 from him, I don't see any reason why Wichita wouldn't take this one. So the fact that they went on it.
Miller, too. The Miller 3 to make it a 4-point game was also pretty big.
But the fact about Hoffman's 3 was that they didn't score for about 5-6 minutes at that point. So he was able to catch that ball and shoot it with that much confidence right away. He didn't think about it for 1 second. That is the difference right there.
Temple Smart. Hickarelli is coming in for Riley.
Yeah.
Smart for free throw shooting here. So it's still 1-and-1 for Temple. So they gotta make free throws.
Yeah, I'm a big psychological guy. I think you try and go back to Settle because he just made 2, but he's all the way back on the other end. So
I would let White go and try to foul White.
Yeah.
I would. I mean, I know he's made 2 today, but he's by far the worst shooter they got out there right now.
Yeah.
They're going to try to get it to, it looks like either Piccarelli or Miller on the inbounds. Dezzoni's throwing it in. 18 seconds remain. They get the ball into Miller in the corner. Oh, they didn't trap. They're just letting Miller dribble.
I don't know what they're doing.
And then they foul.
Just let off like 5 seconds.
Now they get what they want. They get Miller in the corner, but no one comes to trap. So they couldn't do a trap.
Yeah.
Miller then kills 5 seconds off. And with 13.4 left, Miller will shoot 2. Oh, sorry, not 2, a 1-on-1. Correction.
Yeah. Now Wichita's doing offense, defense
So
with
it's
Poto.
Temple.
Yeah.
Riley for Piccarelli.
Yeah.
Miller today, by the way, has not attempted a single free throw. But what a day for him. 16 points, 8 assists to go with 5 rebounds.
I'm thinking the smartest basketball I've seen Hyseer Miller play thus far this year.
He has had 3 turnovers, but he hasn't been chucking up the shots as he usually does. Connects. Wow, Temple's finally making free throws when they need it. 68-6. That was the big free throw, James. It makes it a 3-possession game. Now it's going to take a miracle for the Shockers to get back in this. 3 turnovers in this 2-minute stretch to cost the Shockers this game, really. Miller missed the second, but it doesn't matter. It's a 7-point game. The first one should be enough.
Last thing you do is foul.
Miller with another steal. The Shockers won't foul and kiss this baby goodbye. Temple's in the win column in conference play. They won't go under 500. Final here, 68-61, James.
I mean, Max, a great win for Temple to start off 2024 at home, wouldn't you say?
Yes. A battle-tested Shocker team.
A battle-tested Shocker team. Temple has been in close games before this year, and even with a win against teams like Drexel and Navy, it was just 1 2-point win where it got way too close for comfort here. The fact that Temple was able to go from 17 to a tie game and then eventually win by 7, I think this win showed a lot about the growth of this Owl team.
Led by Steve Settle with 17-9, 6 steals. Miller, 17-8, and 5 rebounds. A fantastic win. They were up by 17. The Shockers fought their way back, though. Give them credit. It was a tie game with 3 minutes left. But from that moment on, Temple goes on a 6-0 run to put the Shockers away. Temple moves to 8-7 and 1-1 in AAC play, while the Shockers fall to 8-7 as well and 1-1 in the AAC. Well, thank you for joining us. James and I have been a privilege to give you this game today. Next up for Temple, we'll be back here at the Liacouras Center Wednesday night, right back here on our YouTube channel. I'll be on the call with Liam Gianelli as the Owls host the East Carolina Pirates. Temple wins here on this Sunday afternoon.